was so excited about AI, she even did an impression of it.
AI is extending the conceptual in ways never dreamed of before. AI will serve as the underpinning of every business sector in our nation. Robots hold steady hands in the operating room. Movie characters, scripts, fashion, music, art, the entire ecosystem. From soldiers to machines is already underway. Autonomous helicopters, fighter-less jets.
Yes, sail away to the chapter of your life on the rocket ship of your courage as you blossom into the stars.
Desi Lydic couldn't help noticing that Melania Trump's recent speech about artificial intelligence seemed almost perfectly tailored to the moment. While the First Lady spoke enthusiastically about innovation, progress, and the possibilities of tomorrow, many people online were focused on something entirely different. It wasn't the technology being discussed or the policies being highlighted, it was the speech itself. As one polished metaphor flowed into the next, social media users joked that the presentation felt less like a formal White House address and more like a motivational conversation generated by an overly optimistic chatbot. Yet Desi pointed out that Melania's interest in artificial intelligence is hardly a recent development. Over the years, she has repeatedly emphasized the potential impact of AI on industries ranging from healthcare and entertainment to business and national defense. That's where the situation started to feel strange.
Let's move on from the terrifying wars of the future to the terrifying war of the present, where the ceasefire in Iran is starting to get a little less cease and a little more fire.
Tehran and the U.S. trading blows now. Iran's downing of an American helicopter prompting a fiery U.S. response.
Officials say an Iranian drone brought down a U.S. Apache helicopter patrolling the street.
The pilots rescued in a first-of-its-kind operation by an unmanned surface vessel, a drone boat.
Sorry, wait a minute. The pilots were hit by a drone and then rescued by another drone? Am I crazy, or were we warned about this?
The robots are here.
Ironic. While discussions about advanced technology and future possibilities were taking place inside Washington, events unfolding beyond the Capitol were becoming increasingly serious and impossible to ignore. Before long, the future no longer seemed like a distant concept. As tensions involving Iran continued to escalate, reports surfaced claiming that an American Apache helicopter had been brought down by an Iranian drone. According to officials, the pilots were later rescued with assistance from another unmanned system. The situation left Desi marveling at how surreal reality had become. Machines were now being used to attack, while other machines were being used to save lives. Suddenly, long-standing
What is the president doing that's more important than ending this conflict?
The Trump family is promoting this week's UFC fight at the White House by selling gold commemorative coins. The Freedom 250 silver and gold medallions feature Trump's face. The price for the coins ranges from $250 to as high as $12,000.
Oh my God!
about autonomous warfare no longer sounded like scenes from a science fiction movie. They sounded like headlines from the nightly news. Naturally, many Americans assumed that rising international tensions would command Washington's full attention, with leaders focused on diplomacy and preventing further conflict. But then, another story emerged, and the timing seemed almost impossible to believe. As it turned out, global conflicts weren't the only stories dominating the news cycle. The Trump family began promoting a series of commemorative UFC-themed coins connected to an upcoming White House event. Political merchandise has become fairly common in modern campaigns, but Desi discovered one detail that nearly left her speechless: the price. Some versions were reportedly listed for hundreds of dollars, while others reached an astonishing $12,000. $12,000 for a coin. At that point, Desi joked that buyers might reasonably wonder whether they were purchasing a collectible item or a pre-owned Honda Civic. Even more surprising, promotional materials claimed that the designs had been personally created by Donald Trump himself.
What's the latest?
Desi, I've been talking to Trump officials, and they are excited about this coin. It's got everything: stars, numbers, a circle shape.
But isn't it more important to focus on stopping inflation or the war?
Another thing about the coin is how it has all sorts of cool hidden details on it. For example, you will never guess what number is on the back of the coin.
Is it 250?
Let me finish. It's 250.
In Desi's view, that detail explained quite a bit. If there's one thing Trump has consistently demonstrated, it's a deep understanding of branding. No controversy seems too controversial, no moment too unusual, and apparently no souvenir too expensive. Still, one question lingered in Desi's mind. Why was Trump's face featured on a coin celebrating a UFC event? Wouldn't fans prefer to see legendary fighters instead? Apparently not. In today's political landscape, branding often becomes the attraction itself. That's when Jordan Klepper joined the discussion, and the conversation quickly took an even more absurd turn. As Desi raised concerns about inflation, international conflicts, and economic uncertainty, Jordan jokingly acted as though every issue could somehow be solved with another commemorative product. Trade disputes? Release a coin. Diplomatic negotiations? Maybe a plaque. Peace agreements? Why not create a special collector's edition for those as well? The jokes became increasingly outrageous, but beneath the humor, Desi kept returning to a more serious point. At a time when many Americans are concerned about conflicts abroad and challenges at home, where should leadership's attention truly be directed? Supporters viewed the merchandise as smart branding. Critics saw it as a distraction from more pressing issues. Somewhere between politics and entertainment, the distinction appeared more blurred than ever. That's what makes stories like these so remarkable. One moment, the headlines focus on artificial intelligence. The next, they're dominated by drones and international tensions. Then, before the day ends, everyone is debating a $12,000 coin. Perhaps that says less about the coin itself and more about the unusual political moment we're experiencing. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and enable notifications. We'd also love to hear your thoughts. Share your opinion in the comments below.